Hi gang, my name is Stacey Smoker. Welcome to one of my little studios here in Chelsea, New York City. I am excited to be here with you today. We're going to take you through a hair color and a haircut technique demo. But first I wanted to introduce myself briefly. I am a salon owner. I'm behind the chair 4 days a week. I've been an educator for Goldwell for nigh on 10 years. And I'm a lover of all things hair competition, and the technique that I'm bringing color-wise, it's designed and pulled from an inspiration program I wrote for a titanium account here in our market, and then it was requested around the country. The haircut we're going to pair with this is a modern version of a shag with curtain fringe, and we're going to do this for you in two different versions, one that's salon friendly and one that is more fashion forward and edgy. Let's dive right in. Hi everybody, so let's dive right into this color technique. Key point on this, how to decide where to put that brightness around the face, or what is on trend right now is called the money piece, okay? So that's going to be different on every single client that you work on, every single model that you work on, because everybody's head has subtle differences. So just like when we break down a haircut with our comb and we kind of use the comb to measure the rounds of the head to see where the slopes are, we're going to utilize that comb again to decide where the placement of this front section is going to be. Now, Cindy is going to be our salon friendly model today. We're going to do a more couture and elevated version of this look on her. And then I'm going to take that comb and I'm going to put it on the head, not necessarily coming off the high point of the head, but coming off that general slope, and where that comb leaves that head, that is the focus of hair that I must include in this section in order for it to A, show, and B, for it to not be too aggressive. So I'm going to put my finger right where that comb launches off and switch, and then I'm going to take my comb and replace with my finger, and I'm going to draw a line right down to her ear, and I'm going to just draw straight down to my finger, and that establishes the section. The depth, width, weak spots of this section are going to be different on every single client.
Products used for this blonding service. We prepared the hair with structure equalizer spray. We then used Silk Lift Strong and 9% and mixed to the standard mixing ratio of 35 milliliters developer plus 25 milliliters of powder. We finished with Bond Pro number 2 at the sink for 10 minutes. We chose Silk Lift to give maximum care and conditioning to this virgin canvas. For the salon-friendly version of this technique, we utilize micro slices followed by a micro weave, which is also known as a baby light. We leave a dropout micro slice between each foil to achieve a softer blend and a more couture face frame or money piece for the salon-friendly look. We're going to repeat this section on the other side of the head, making a complete face frame section around the entire head, and that will be the accent. Based on the consideration of the haircut shape we're going to cut on this model, we chose to continue the face frame section into the nape behind the ear. We make this choice when we want to see connection of the face frame or money piece through the entire length of hair around the face. This back section is done the same way by taking a micro slice and then a micro weave, but we do a 3-push back comb, placing the comb where I want the blend to start, and then back combing twice on top and locking it in with one more push from the bottom. This creates more of a melted look in the section. When I teach this program, I have them section a complete face frame perimeter around the entire mannequin head, which sets us up for this from the beginning. In order to create the softest of blends on this color-hesitant virgin canvas, we chose to add a few additional teasy lights. This will create the subtlest melt effect and allow the face frame to have some balance.
So here is our finished application technique on Cindy.
Once the model was processed and rinsed, we did the second step of Bond Pro Plus at the sink. We then followed with structure equalizer spray and a Colorant's toning formula of 40 milliliters core lotion plus 10 milliliters 7G plus 10 milliliters 7BG and 4 drops cool pink with 3 drops yellow at pure pigments. This processed for a full 25 minutes. We chose this step in order to deposit the beautiful caramel tone we desired and to close the cuticle and return the hair to an acidic state.
We have finished Cindy's color technique, and now we're going to move into the cut technique. This time I want to measure the head from where it launches off the very top round of the head. Wherever that comb launches off the head, that's where her directional forward pattern of her hair starts, and that's where I want my curtain fringe to sit in. Right about there, finger at the top of her ear, and just draw a line straight to my finger.
For this haircut technique, first we must establish our length guide. We do this by taking a 1-inch section directly in the center of the parting. This will establish the shortest length of the shape. For the salon-friendly look, we are leaving the shape a little longer, so we will remove length at just below the tip of the model's nose. We point cut to keep the shape soft. This establishes our guide for the rest of the haircut. Now working into the rest of the section, we elevate the hair to 45 degrees and hold the hair parallel to the parting. We then slide cut to remove length. Repeat this until the entire remaining face frame hair is cut. Once both sides of the face frame are cut, we need to cross-check to ensure that the lengths match. If you have extreme differences in length, please adjust them now. Subtle adjustments can be made once the entire haircut is complete. Working into the remainder of the head, we are going to section the head into 4 quadrants, just like we would for a color application technique. Starting in the left front quadrant, we comb the entire front quadrant to 90 degrees from the head shape, and we over-direct all the hair to the center parting. Once the entire section is combed up to 90 degrees, we establish the same elevation going from shortest to longest using our already cut face frame as our guide. We then align our fingers into that same elevation and point cut to remove length, working from shorter to longer. We repeat this exact technique on the right front quadrant and then work the same technique into the back of the head shape. Once again, everything is elevated to 90 degrees, over-directed to the center parting, and point cut to follow the same elevation, going from shortest to longest. On this longer version of the haircut, by the time we get to the back of the head shape, there's very little hair to remove. Products used for styling: Carasilk's Color Protective Blow Dry Spray, Style Signs Ultra Volume Top Whip Mousse, and finished with Carasilk's Fixing Effects Hairspray. We chose these products to provide heat protection and create soft body in the hair. And here we have our salon-friendly version of this technique. You can see the beautiful caramel tone that we established by lifting to a clean level 8 and depositing to a level 7 using colorants. You can see the soft blend that's created by the dropped out micro slices and how the whole shape is connected by the addition of lightness added from the section behind the ear to the nape. And thus concludes our salon-friendly version of this color and cut technique combo, an elegant and elevated salon-friendly look.
Let's dive into our fashion forward model. This is Angelique. She's going to be representing same exact thought process of technique and application, but how to spin it by using different formulas and different products to get a much more fashion forward, edgy, and avant-garde look. Our first step on Angelique is to do a global blonding, so that's what we're going to do now.
Products used for this global blonding service: we prepared the hair with structure equalizer spray. We then used Silk Lift Strong and 6% with the addition of Bond Pro Plus #1 and mixed to the standard mixing ratio of 35 milliliters developer, with 25 milliliters of powder. Once mixed, we then added 3 pumps of the Bond Pro Plus number 1. Once the model was processed, we rinsed and did the second step of Bond Pro Plus at the sink. We then followed with structure equalizer spray and a colorant's toning formula of 40 milliliters core lotion, plus 10 mils pastel peach, plus 5 mils pastel rose, plus 5 mils 10BG. This processed for a full 25 minutes. We chose this step in order to color balance the newly blonded root, to refresh the mids and ends, and additionally to close the cuticle and return the hair to an acidic state.
Okay, so this is where we have gotten Angelique to this point. We're going to go ahead and section her for the color application technique of the accent or the face frame.
For the fashion-forward version of this technique, we section out our face frame using exactly the same approach as the salon-friendly model. The only difference being we connect the face frame sections just under the occipital and work the application around the entire head to the root. Products used for this face frame: Illumin Play Pink. We chose Illumin Play for its shine factor and vibrancy.
So here we are with Angelique's finished application. The biggest difference between this sectioning is exactly the same, but as you can see, the application goes all the way around the head and the application is all the way to the scalp. It is solid. This is essentially a money piece color block. Okay, so here we have our finished color technique on Angelique. And we're going to dive right into the haircut. We're going to do exactly the same thing that we did on Cindy, where we are laying that comb. We're going to decide where she comes off the round of the head. We're going to take that section. That's going to establish the fringe. As you can see, that's going to allow for a little bit of cover of that main pop accent. So everything kind of blends just a little bit more so you can open it up and get more exposure, close it and get less. We're going to go through exactly the same steps that we did in the first haircut, except we are going to take this one shorter, edgier, with more texture.
Products used for styling: Dual Senses Bond Pro Repair Structure Spray, Style Sign Curls and Waves Surf Oil Spray, Style Sign Ultra Volume Dust Up Powder, Carasilk Fixing Effect Hairspray. We chose these products to provide heat protection and create movable texture in the hair. And here we have our finished fashion-forward technique on Angelique.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap. We have shown you two different versions of a technique that are built off of a program that I designed for a titanium account. When we do this program, we have them do one half of the head as one look and the other half of the head as the other look. It keeps them on their feet. It keeps them really engaged. We have them do this on a mannequin. It's an incredible experience and it's been received really well. But as you can see, same techniques, different applications, and different color choices, different lengths. We get totally different looks. So that's my offering for you all. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw. I hope that you feel like you got to know me a little bit better. I'm very much looking forward to this next phase of my career with Goldwell.